There is a new period for the world, a period of conflict and chaos, caused by popular discontent and the fall of the balance of power. The German Empire has long remained as the most powerful country on the globe, but it is now exhausted, as well as its emperor. The context is due to the Weltkrieg, a major war fought between 1915 and 1919, of which peace agreements were made in 1921. The war was fought between the Entente and the Central Powers, causing 3 million casualties out of 7 million troops deployed in the conflict, consequently becoming one of the bloodiest wars in history. The only major power that has remained neutral is the United States, especially since 1917, when a German-American family-bound supply ship, bound by Germany, was sunk by a British ship, mistaking it for a German enemy ship. From then on, the USA will be limited by the German embargo, even if the continuous deaths have had disastrous consequences for the Entente. Despite the British victory over Jerusalem, the French did not resist the German advances, thus stopping all French offensives towards the end of that year, forcing the troops on the defensive. In the east, the Tsar's Russia is withdrawing from the war. A provisional government led by Alexander Kerensky, who fell after the Russian Revolution was filled after the assassination of Vladimir Lenin in 1920. The victory of the German Empire led to a humiliating period for the British Empire, particularly in 1925, when all the workers of England rebelled after the increase in taxes on coal. The situation was so serious that the royal family and government bureaucrats had to flee to Canada with all their belongings. England went into the hands of John McLean's syndicalist revolutionaries. The revolution spread to all the colonies, India above all, where only the northwest area remained faithful to the crown. Even in Africa, important movements, such as the Somali and Abyssinian ones, were born. In Canada, Parliament is replaced by the House of Lords. King George V dreams of recovering the lost territories, but he will need the support of the government. But the first problems begin. The Tories lost the election to Mackenzie King's Labour, who tried to obstruct the decisions of the Crown and the Commonwealth, which since 1936 has been composed of Canada, the Caribbean Confederation, France in exile, the Delhi Dominion, the Oceanic Federation, and the Kingdom of Sardinia. The industrial reconstruction of these countries must be redone from head to toe. The king knows that the reconquest will take place when he is in the afterlife. For this reason, it is therefore focusing on the development of military technologies to heal the humiliation of the Crown, preparing Canada and the Commonwealth for the times to come. By mid-January, King George's health was getting worse and worse. There are three factions in the world that exert their sphere of influence: the Entente, the Reichspakt, led by the German Empire and the imperial colonies, and the Third International, led by the communes of France and Italy. Syndicalism is an ideology that aims at the collapse of capitalism through combined workers' uprisings. The basis of syndicalism is the union of all the collectives called unions that make common decisions and distribute an equal number of resources. The Kaiser of Germany, Wilhelm II, is now a symbol of pride and resistance due to advancing age, an image that, however, becomes unpopular after numerous economic crises. To clean up his image, the Kaiser knows that there is a need to restructure the system. The British unions were preparing for the 1936 Congress that would determine the new leadership. The French unions were in conflict with the Workers' Union in search of a compromise, especially after the economic crisis that could hit France at any moment. This year marks another significant event, the assassination of Kerensky, the reasons for which are unknown. Most likely, one of the main reasons, in all likelihood, is the fact that Kerensky was an unpopular figure who had long failed to unite the Russian people. But his assassination only brought chaos. In the Russian Senate, possible replacements for Kerensky are being considered, from the right to the left, or the military juntas. Another country in deep crisis is Poland, a land that since 1860 has been shaped and devoured by neighboring territories, a kingdom without a king. In fact, there is a puppet government of Germany. While British India was betting on the re-industrialization of Delhi on January 20th, 1936, King George V died. The news caused a sensation all over the world, not believing how the health of such a powerful man as the king died so quickly. But now, it was up to the new king, Edward VIII, to realize his father's dreams. But first he needed to stabilize, to improve technologically and socially the remaining territories of the Commonwealth. Only by taking the right direction on all fields will Great Britain regain its position as a superpower.